And we are live. What's up, you guys?
Luke, I'm your father.
Luke, I'm your father.
Luke, I am your father, and I will be back.
And I'm your mother, too.
And your uncle.
Ain't it fun?
Dang.
Like a rainbow, she's got the look. Heavenly abound, cause heaven's got a number when she's spinning me around. Kissing is a color, a loving is a wild dog. She's got the look. 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 What in the world can make a brown-eyed girl turn blue? When everything I'll ever do, I do for you. And I go la 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 la, she's got the look.
That's right. She's got the look. Apparently, with hexagons in them. Hey, what's up, Seeker? Glad you can make it, buddy.
Thanks.
Hey, man. I hope everybody's having a great and wonderful Mandela Effect evening out there. Believe it or not, we've come across some new Mandelas, as hard as it may seem. Teresa, you want to talk about that Betelgeuse one you found?
Yeah, Betelgeuse. A lot of us remember the G, the Beetle, G-U-I-S-E, is now spelled like the Beetle, J-U-I-C-E. I'm curious to know what you guys remember. What do you remember, guys? But I remember the G.
I thought it was Betelgeuse, like that.
That's what I meant, guys. Yeah, G-U-I-S-E. But now it's juice. If you look at the video, Brian, you want to show your one of your pictures of your videos? Picture of the title?
Yeah, I can show it. You sent one?
No, did you want me to send one? Or you got okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you want to send me one, and while you're doing that, there's some other Mandela effects. Ty, what have you come across?
Hold on, give me a second. I'm in the middle of doing something.
It's fine. I heard one from my dad.
I got to put everything away.
I heard one Mandela effect from my dad. Possibly it's dealing with Ulysses S. Grant. He was not born Ulysses S. Grant. He was born Hiram Ulysses. Believe it or not.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And my dad researches the presidents. He knows everything about them. He knew.
Oh my God.
War major battles and everything. So,
totally,
Tracy, you got that picture you were going to send me?
For what? No.
You got that picture you were going to send me? Betelgeuse.
Which picture?
Residue.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Residue is beautiful. Hey, Seeker, did you change your photo?
Yeah.
Oh, I sent it to you, Brian.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool, man.
No, I took when I put the Canadian one up last week. I lost the picture.
I sent it to you. Brian, I sent it to you already.
Okay, between all the ones with the eyes.
Yeah, it's spelled G-U-I-S-C. Do you see it?
Yeah, I'm going back a little ways. Hold on.
No, it's in your PM.
Okay.
It's the last one you should have got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of Betelgeuse GIFs.
They got GIFs. Yeah, I keep calling them Giphies.
I don't know, guys. I want to know what everyone else, what you guys think. Okay.
Yeah, what does your audience think about it? What do you guys remember?
I remember the J,
it-
honestly. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So weird, man.
Yeah.
Weird. I remember the G.
It's just something wasn't really a part of my
Oh, my
life.
goodness.
I couldn't tell you either way.
This Mandela effect is crazy. It'll make you think both ways.
Yeah,
Well,
dual
how about we
memories.
talk about some real stuff, like body changes, like the old eye. Now, what we got?
Oh, Lord.
octagon,
Tom, I was
now?
affected, Brian. You want to tell him? Tom, I was affected in one of my eyes, like bad.
Really? It just shifted on
Yeah.
you? Turning
You want to show him the picture, Brian, of the picture, how it affected me?
I saw it on Facebook, man. I mean,
No, but now I got a close-up. Yeah, it's an octagon shape now. Seriously.
Nice.
Brian, show it.
Hang on, I'll show. It looks like a stop
I
sign.
Discovered it
Wow.
today.
Maybe
Yeah, it freaked me out.
That'd be
Tom,
cool.
have you checked your eyes?
I'm checking it right now, man. It'll be awesome if I get hexagons or
You have to do really,
I mean, when I saw
Tom, you
the-
need to do like a close-up of it to
I'm
see it.
telling you, man. I love these body changes. They're really my favorite, I think.
No, they're not.
I'm waiting for
Gosh.
I'm waiting for things to move around. I mean, it's really cool. I'm serious.
Cool.
I mean, just think. One day you're walking down the street, and then next day, oh, hell yeah, my kidneys are here, or my liver's smaller, my lungs are smaller or bigger.
That's funny.
Oh, next thing you know, oh, I got two dual hearts. Cool, man. If one shuts down, I got backup, you know? How cool is
that's
that?
cool.
I mean, come on. Think of all the possibilities, man. We're not stuck with one design, you know? It could be changed the next day, you know? I think it's really cool, you know? The people
I'd
might
rather
think
have
I'm
my
nuts.
pupils shaped like hearts.
Oh, hey, we got some shout outs, guys.
That'd be so freaking cool.
Who's there?
Guys, we have Dolly Head Braces is here and Scrappy's here.
Yay.
Hey guys. Hey Mandela Mile. Hi Lisa. Oh
Lisa's here?
yeah, Lisa's here.
Hi, Lisa.
So Scrappy Scrap
Hi,
with
Lisa. Welcome to
Yay.
Mandela World.
welcome to the Mandela world. Scrappy was saying, Brian McFarlane, did you ever do a video a while back about Karate Kid? We showed bits and pieces of the residue. The thing is, the bandana, what do you guys remember? Did he have a red and white and black bandana, or was it just black and white? That's the question. What do you guys remember?
Red and white.
What do you remember? Ty, you there?
Where'd Ty go?
Yeah, I am here.
Yeah, you got to
I'm
help
here.
us out because you got a better memory than a lot of us here. Help me out.
Yeah.
What do you remember?
I looked at the Karate Kid bandana and it definitely changed. It wasn't like that before. I thought it was more of a rising sun.
That's
Yes,
what I
it
thought
was.
too.
Yeah, it was a rising sun, and now it's something different.
Yeah, it wasn't definitely. It was red and it wasn't green and it wasn't flowery. It was like you said, the rising
Like the
sun.
sun.
It was the rising
Yeah.
sun, right? Mm-hmm. Right.
Brian, you want to share some of the residue again that I sent you before? You want me to send you some more?
I can locate it. It's fine.
All right, hold
sounds
on.
like that's
I'll send you
validated.
some more. Hold
It's improved.
That's fine. We have
It's
some
improved.
breaking
It's another effect.
breaking news. Mexico got hit by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake.
Right. I mean, I can't believe.
No tsunami warnings
I
yet.
can't believe that. 7.2. Everything should be absolutely destroyed. I hope it didn't hit a populated place.
I hope not. There hasn't been no tsunami warnings as of yet. I've checked.
Well, hopefully that nothing happens in that front.
No.
Yeah, because 7.2 is almost total destruction, right? Unless I'm.
Yes.
Oh, man. I mean, when you get, I think the one in San Francisco, San Diego, back in 19 whatever.
Yes, but that is
something. That was a
right.
9 something.
That may be true, but Mexico doesn't have the infrastructure that California
Oh
does.
yeah.
And 7.2 would destroy everything.
Yeah, it's true. Crumble at the drop of a hat, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be like an earthquake hitting, I guess, Philadelphia. Nothing would be left standing. They're not ready for any earthquakes there.
Yeah, that's true too. They're not up to quake code or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Is Mexico considered in the line of fire? The line of what do they call the line of
The ring
fire
of fire
or whatever they
No,
call it?
it's
The ring of fire. Yeah, ring of fire.
Yeah.
Runs up
Yeah.
off the coast.
Yeah. Right up the coast.
Here, Brian.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, I'm sending you some residue. You can show this recent residue.
They get they experience aftershocks every time California gets hit. They experience aftershocks because it's on the same line.
Yeah.
Right? The fault line.
True.
There you go.
Well,
There's your rising sun that you guys are talking about. You see it?
Yeah, that is the rising sun. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know,
That's
it, Brian?
Yep, I see it. And there's another one there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we got.
Does that
another
help
official
out,
Mandela
guys?
effect.
Does that help out the residue I just sent you?
It sure
Now,
does.
now, the Cobra Kai turned to a bunch of chickens. That would be even better.
If they turn into all black chickens, that'd be even better yet, man.
Right, that'd be great. Or the flying chickens or something like that. That would be something.
Oh, the flying.
Yeah.
Well,
But
when we get the flying, when pigs fly, then we'll
Right.
really have a good time.
oh yeah, well the manned animals are crazy. I've looked at so many animals the last week. I just can't believe what's out there. And there's no way I would have missed that number of them. There's maybe one or two I could have missed, like an insect or something. But the number of there's no way we missed these animals. None.
Hey,
No
if you guys get a moth poodle, you could sell it to Laszlo. He'll buy it for $100.
Yeah, except it's probably worth a lot more. I saw that moth poodle thing. That,
Oh,
that was pretty freaky. I looked at that thing for a good, too long. Let's put it that way.
I
Too
know,
long.
man.
You're going, if you would have saw that thing, you would have been like, forget it, because there's no way to describe these things other than to say Pokemon.
If I,
They're look
I
at
would
it's a
have one of them things,
it's a
I
Pokemon.
retire, man.
Is that not a Pokemon? Is that
It
not
looks
a
like a
Pokemon right
Pokemon.
there? That is a Pokemon all the way. They got all these things. They got all these things. They didn't come up with them in Japan. They bred them in Japan and let them loose on the world. That's what they did. Because obviously that's a Pokemon right there. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I know, but do you think some of these things are like genetic modifications?
No, because the reason why I say no is that when you genetically modify something, it's genetically modified. These are brand new things that we've never seen before.
Yeah,
You understand? They're genetically modifying those specific characteristics. Like you could make a lion. I guess you could make a lion have a different type of mane or curly hair or brighter eyes or a bigger nose or bigger teeth.
This is going way out.
This is completely different. They're like, let's make chickens fly, and I guess they did. Now that's what they do now. So no, you know what I mean?
I just brought that up just to bring perspective. Like what I'm saying.
I thought of it too when I was looking at it, just like you did. I thought of it, and I said, why would they do that? They would make something. What is that? That peacock spider too? That's crazy. Peacock spiders, come on, right? That's crazy.
Wait, a peacock spider? Is that what you said?
Yes.
What the heck is that?
They have a peacock spider?
Yes. Several of them.
Freaking way.
Yeah.
What?
It's completely crazy. It makes no sense at all, and there it is.
Oh yeah, I seen those tonight on Facebook. The peacock spider.
Yeah, there's. Is that one?
What the heck?
Yep.
I love it.
Where's all these weird
Yeah,
animals coming from, guys?
That's great because if I see it, that thing would have a shelf life of approximately 4.3 seconds before I even kill it.
Oh hell no, that thing looks nice. I wouldn't kill it.
Oh my god, it's instinctual. As soon as you hear that woman scream, I'm killing it. That's it. I got to kill anything. That's what guys do. I can kill things with precision. That's what I do.
No, I get rid. No, I get rid of the screaming woman. I keep the quiet spider. That's
no. Really, if there's a raging bull, I'll go stop it because I'm an idiot. I'll go get it. Yeah, it's stupid. There's gunfire. Let me stand in the way. Are you okay? Dumb. So dumb. That's what guys do, though. They're right there.
I'm with Ty.
I definitely get rid of the screaming woman.
Yeah. I mean, really, when I was a kid, when I was a kid, it was like I didn't like dogs, I didn't like spiders, I didn't like wasps, I didn't like bees. Now I kill everything with precision. It's terrible.
Well, if you step on, I guarantee it won't be Betelgeuse. It'll be Betelgeuse at that point.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I think that's the big difference between the way I am now from when I was a kid. Now I just don't care. Now I'm more afraid of my wife or kids being hurt.
Now you're out for blood, aren't you?
No, they don't even have a chance. I got, like I said, 4.3 seconds. That's it.
Guys, how many of you out there, I know this has been done in many people's videos already, but how many of you remember the Geico lizard having a triangle on its head? I want to honestly know. How many people remember?
What?
I don't. I don't remember him having the triangle on his head.
The Geico lizard
Who?
has an orange triangle on his head.
Look at it. Look at it.
No, my dad used to have that insurance. I never did.
I Geico once upon a time. I never saw it.
I mean,
But
look,
that's years
as
ago.
orange as that basketball. Look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess that is.
Oh, and there he's driving a car. Is that the Kennedy car? Oh, okay.
Hey guys,
What? Oh,
I used to have a little. I used to have it sitting on my desk. The little statue of the Geico. It didn't have it on there. I got it free. It was like a little lizard.
The Sunshine.
It didn't have it on there.
I know the Sunshine Cheez-It packers are from 54 to 73. I know that one.
Well, it's supposed to be Cheez-Its.
And
right?
I know, yeah, and I know.
So,
What happened? What happened?
No, what I noticed in the grocery store the other day is this right here. Apparently, since
It changed?
2000, Cheez-It has changed again. Oh snap!
What?
Cheez-It has changed again from 2015. We now have the E. The second E is cut off at the bottom. You guys see that, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes, I do. Yes, that's what you were telling me.
When did this
Yeah.
happen?
I was freaking out at Walmart when I saw this the other
It just
day.
happened. It just happened.
I don't see it, Brian.
Brand new change.
Yeah, that definitely just
Probably the
happened.
effects are ramping up again.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was looking at from the group standpoint, from the people that are coming into the groups with very strange opinions. Like they've never, like they're undiluted, they're filtered opinions. They're like, "What's going on? I've had a headache. What's going on? My ears have been ringing. Strange stuff coming in." You know.
And speaking of weird,
I actually have a headache. Hey, speaking of a headache, guys, guess what I got right now?
what's
You got
that?
some aspirin there, girl?
A headache. Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
want me-
thought
you
you
want
had
me to put it-
aspirin.
Is it aspirin or aspirin? Which one is it?
Oh
What
my
do you
god,
got
I
there?
just found some residue, guys.
All right,
What
show me
the
what you got
heck?
for aspirin. What do you got for aspirin there, Brian?
Oh my god,
any,
wait, I just found something, guys, really cool. It says, I found some residue.
I'm still
Brian.
tripping out over because I used to purchase omeprazole, all the
Found some
time
residue.
for dizziness. You found some residue for what, aspirin?
Yeah, with a G.
What?
What? Wait a minute.
I
It
thought
says
was
the Afterlife's leading bio-exorcist t-shirt. And wait till you see how it's spelled. Oh my god.
I have
Here, guys.
Listen.
It's a t-shirt.
Okay. Okay.
Wait till you see it. It's going to freak y'all out.
Okay.
How's aspirin spelled?
Look.
Beetle-
Check it out.
Is it ASPRIN? It's not aspirin. It's aspirin. It's not
I was-
aspirin. What happened? Is that what you guys talking about?
Yes, it was aspirin, wasn't it? Without it has 2 eyes in it now.
Yeah, it only has one eye. It doesn't have 2 eyes.
Yeah.
You guys see that?
I
Yeah,
know I'm
it's-
not the only one who saw that.
Yeah, well, you're right because it's not aspirin. It's not aspirin.
Okay.
It's aspirin. So you're right. That's a Mandela effect, guys. I'm calling,
yeah, I
I'm
asked
calling
my-
Mandela effect.
My son's a great speller, and I asked him, how do you spell aspirin? And he spelled it the old way,
Yeah, well, that
without
is
the extra eye.
Yeah, that is a Mandela effect. When did you guys find that out? But
I found out just the other day when somebody threw it up on Facebook.
Well, guess what? It's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's not just in one place. It's all over the place. And all the results, aspirin is spelled a new way. I can't even find it spelled the other way. Everywhere.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
thought- isn't it supposed to be ASPRIN?
No,
aspirin?
ASPRIN, aspirin, not aspirin.
PRI.
It's
Yeah.
Oh my god, now it's got 2 eyes?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
all over.
But there's residue for the old way, guys. There's residue. I think I sent Brian it.
You'll find a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask my mother-in-law. She's 88 years old, and she takes aspirin. So
guess what? I put in aspirin in the search just with the one eye, and it came up with the two eyes and nothing showing the one eye. And I'm going to shopping to see what I can find.
Oh my gosh. I sort of felt like aspirin felt wrong to me. Like
aspirin is wrong. In fact, if you go to shopping, Brian, if you go to shopping and look at the look at the Walmart brand, look at Bayer, okay, look at the aspirin the way it's spelled. It doesn't look right on the container at all. It looks completely different. Really?
Yeah.
Look at the.
It shifted all the aspirin words. That word is shifted.
I bet you we're going to see different. We're going to see differences in those letters. I bet you we're going to see it, but we'll see, because even physicians care. No, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's all wrong. I'm even looking at
it's just appropriate.
And I'm even looking at the generic healthwarehouse.com for aspirin. The bottle just says aspirin, and it looks completely wrong. It looks like something that would poison you. Really, it looked like, what I mean? It looks like.
Well, that reminds me of Caesar. You know, like Little Caesars or Julius Caesar or Caesar salad. I remember when I found out about that effect last year. I had so many people how it's spelled, and they would all spell it CEASAR. Instead, it's now, which is CAE.
No, CAE. It was CEA, and it went to CA, and that's in the Bible too. That changed there too.
Yeah, well, it's a spectrum change. Wherever that word is used.
In the Bible, you actually have the letters joined together, don't you? Given of Caesar, what is Caesar, and the A and the E are connected in the Bible.
Like Etna.
Yes, the A and the E's are connected in the Bible. That's where.
What's going on there?
I got to take a look at that.
That doesn't make sense because the typeface is separate. It's not together. Why are they pushed together?
Yeah, no.
It's called a ligature. Look up ligatures. It's weird how, you just type something on your Android or iPhone now, and now the letters are merged with the L and the I, or the F and the I. You don't even see the dot on the I anymore. Like, what happened to the dot?
Better late than never. I arrive.
Oh, hey, Troy.
Hey, Troy.
Is that Seeker?
Yep.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the flow of things. What I miss? You guys want to fill me in piece by piece?
Well, somebody was having a headache, and we're talking about aspirin.
Oh, okay. You mean the spelling of it? That's changed?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's changed. I saw that. Hey, I was going to mention this that I found out earlier today. I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if anybody wants to, take a reprieve from the spelling of aspirin to find out about something pertaining to the spear of destiny.
All right, let's hear it.
You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure. All right, cool.
I saw that movie, so sure.
Awesome. Is anybody here familiar with? There's a whole gamut of saints. There's a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch have emerged, but there's one in particular. His name is Saint Maurice. Does anybody know of Saint Maurice?
Is he related to Steve Miller or the Bee Gees? No.
I don't know if maybe on the side projects. I don't know. It could have been, but in this in this time frame, Saint Maurice. To give you guys a little backstory, he was one of the first black saints that was also a Roman. He was a Roman warrior. And in fact, he was in charge. Well, he was also a Christian as well. He was in charge of the Spear of Destiny. He actually held the Spear of Destiny. And him and his platoon, they went out and they protected, the Roman interests. But the Roman emperor at the time didn't really like the fact that they were, worshiping Christ. So they went out and they slayed every 10th man to try to get them to stop worshiping Christ until.
Is there a destiny mythical?
You know what? Way back when it was, but now it's a very real thing. Apparently, he was actually in charge of it. He was in charge of the Spear of Destiny.
Yeah, didn't Hitler try to get his hands on it?
You know, he sure did, didn't he? I think he actually did at one point in time, or at least.
Exactly, which is, it's the Spear of Destiny / Holy Lance.
Correct.
But I always thought it was mythical.
So did I.
Yeah. So I mean, this is almost like
a fairy tale. You sure?
It's almost like the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
You know, the Spear of Destiny is supposed to pierce Jesus' side. You know, that's what it is.
He's the one that sent the blood spilling down into the crevasse. Apparently, that was discovered by Ron Wyatt. That spilled upon the Ark of the Covenant that was discovered right below.
That is awfully interesting.
So Saint Maurice, if no one knows about Saint Maurice, you might want to take a little look into Saint Maurice. He's actually kind of an awesome guy. You know, first black saint. There's also a Black Moses too, by the way, if you didn't know. There's also quite a few other characters that were deemed saints, including Cleopatra, who are now saints, which
is interesting.
Which is, yeah, to say the least. They're all deemed saints.
Who deemed them as saints? Catholic?
Didn't look that further. I'm still actually doing my homework on that, but there's a lot of research, man. And everywhere I look. Yeah, go ahead.
There's Greek Orthodox, and then there's the Catholics, and there are popes and anti-popes, which would be, you know, they compete. You understand?
You know what's funny? When I turn over one stone, you know, there's still a lot of stones below it that I need to overturn. So, you know, the plot thickens.
Well, that's the fringe paradox. When you turn over one stone, 4 more stones overturn.
And then it all changes before your eyes. I know. Right. And then everything goes back to like some weird, you know, weird news story.
Right. The fringe paradox is what Teresa goes through all the time. That's what happens to Teresa.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that's something that I found was, you know, immediately interesting that needs to be investigated further on my part. But one thing I wanted to talk about is that, you know, I was on the show with all you guys a while back, and I think Seeker, you might have taken a part in this conversation, which was the 8th wonder of the world. You guys remember me mentioning anything about that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. The Andre Giant was supposed to be the 8th wonder of the world.
Well, you're right. It was Andre Giant. I guess the WWF.
You said that the last time too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
I'm sticking by it too. I don't care what.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. It's Andre. But now the reality was it was Zeus sitting on his throne at Olympiad, and I was just curious to find out if there was even an 8th, and that happened to be the so-called 8th wonder of the world. Well, you know, I had mentioned that on Brian's show, and we talked about it. You know, I don't think in great detail, but. Come to find out that I was absolutely incorrect on that fact, even though I researched it at nauseum, and I even mentioned that you know all the details about that it was destroyed by insurgents, blah blah blah. Well, come to find out that I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Now that has changed.
Wow,
in fact, it is now
that changed on you, huh?
It changed on me. It is now one of the 7 wonders of the world. It has bumped itself up. So, yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good. Good for Zeus. Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, crawling up that ladder.
For the home team. Score one for the home team.
Can anyone here, like, envision the 7 wonders of the world? You know, spit them out. If you think you know what they are, tell me. What are they?
I don't know what they are to know what they are, because there's the modern day wonders of the world, which are 7, and then you have the ancient wonders of the world, which are 7 or 8, depending on what you're looking at.
Okay,
there they are right there. There they are right there.
Well, no, hey, Brian. Brian, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay, I'm not.
What do you remember were the 7 wonders of the world? It was a known thing. I mean, people knew what the 7 wonders of the world were.
Okay,
Does anybody here know?
I think there's one in India, the gardens or whatever that is in India.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon, right? Okay. And then you're right. India was the Taj Mahal, right? That was there.
Taj Mahal, and of course the pyramids, of course.
Pyramids, yeah, of Giza, yeah, it was there. What else?
Wasn't the Sphinx there, or was that part of it?
That's Giza.
No, the Sphinx was not one of the wonders.
What about the Grand Canyon? Wasn't the Grand Canyon one?
Grand Canyon was also a wonder. Yes, it was.
That doesn't make any sense in the ancient wonders of the world for the Grand Canyon to be there, seeing that there was no, there's no one here for the ancient wonders of the world. I mean, besides it was not an established country, I should say.
I'm just saying what they had considered the 7 wonders of the world in our time. I should say that.
Okay.
How about Niagara Falls?
Hey, what's up, Melissa? What's
You're
up?
right. You're right. Yep, Niagara Falls was definitely one of the 7 wonders. You're right.
Okay, Niagara, right?
Niagara, not Niagara.
Irina.
Right. You got it, dude.
You're right. Yep, Niagara Falls was one. How about Great Wall of China? Was that one of them?
Yeah, Great Wall of China. Yeah, that would be ancient. Yeah, Great Wall.
Did you say Egyptian, the pyramids?
Yeah, we talked about that. But the pyramids were definitely there. Okay, so we got the bulk of them. So Brian, why don't you go ahead and read off the 7? Now, Brian, why don't you go ahead and read off the 7 wonders of the world as they are?
I know we talked about this before, but the statue of Zeus was not there.
Colossus of Rhodes, Great Pyramids of Giza.
World, right?
Go ahead, read them off. Read them off. What are the new 7 wonders of the world, there, Brian?
Here's ancient, right here.
7 wonders were Colossus of Rhodes, the Great Pyramid of Giza, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus,
the Mausoleum,
Carnassus, Statue of Zeus at Olympia, and the Temple of Artemis at
Ephesus.
Those are your new 7 wonders of the world, folks. Can I hear an applause?
Look at that statue of Zeus. Look at that statue of Zeus at Olympia. Where is that?
That's right.
Why did they change?
What do you mean? Why have they changed? We're in a new universe. Come on, guys. This is like the new timeline.
Exactly. Right. Go.
This is crazy.
Why have they changed? Why has anything changed?
Zoom out a little bit to find out where that Zeus is.
Zeus. See, let's zero in on Zeus. We talked about Zeus. We talked about Zeus being the 8th wonder of the world, and now it's part of the 7. So everything has changed. Niagara Falls is no longer part of the 7. Right? Make that clear. Right? Because we know the real spelling of it. And then, Grand Canyon. Oh, screw you, Grand Canyon. You don't match up. Nope. Guess what? It's one of the other ones. The Lighthouse of Alexandria must be more awesome than that. So guess what? The Lighthouse of Alexandria. Has anyone ever heard of the Lighthouse of Alexandria?
No.
Tell you the truth, that Lighthouse of Alexandria is
that rings a bell.
That is the same place where you have in the Clash of the Titans. In that bay is where that is.
Is that what it happened?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but we're talking ancient times. They had a lighthouse like that in ancient times.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know why in the world they would have a lighthouse in that bay.
Dude, we're talking.
They've always had lighthouses now.
Look at the date.
They're sending faxes up there. They're sending faxes after the Armada.
No way.
No. I'm just messing with you, man. They're not sending faxes. But you know what? I mean, come on. They're running unicorns after the fleet. Come on, man. I mean.
No way would that thing been there. Because Alexandria burned, and that temple, that lighthouse would have been gone.
Come on.
Hi, Migsy.
Hey guys, what's up?
Okay, so in the chat we have We have Rena, we have Rena, and we have Melissa, we have Lisa. Hi, guys.
Hey everyone, what's up? I don't know if I jumped in at the right time or wait a minute. I'm listening. I was listening on my phone a little bit. I just woke up from a nap. Are you guys still talking about the 7 wonders of the world?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that is so insane! I've never heard of those things.
No, we were just talking. We talked. I swear we talked about that.
Well, all you have to do is look at back rub and you'll find it.
Right. It's making me think of that video Lone Eagle did too about the huge, like the Grand Canyon in Africa. That's like, 10 times. Or no, the Niagara Falls in Africa. That's like 10 times.
Yeah. I know, it puts Niagara Falls to shame. You're right.
Yeah, why wasn't that added to the list of the wonders of the world?
Because you couldn't tax it like New York can.
Because we haven't shifted again, and it will probably shift again.
Gosh, what was that called? African Niagara Falls.
So,
really?
Melissa?
I was playing that at work, and then I like the next video was about May Pang. The one Lone Eagle did about the new Beatles.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know about
that was
that.
quite a night. I was just like, oh my gosh. I kept asking everyone, all my customers at work, I kept asking them if they'd heard of May Pang. Side piece.
I love Lone Eagle. I mean, he's a bro of mine. We talk almost every day, actually. We talk about a lot of different things, and I don't want to blow the whistle on a lot of stuff that's going on. And I love it. I love his message, that there's no need to fear. We're all changing and, embrace it. There's one problem that I have with that. And it's not that big of a problem, I guess, if you look at it from, how you arch the conversation. But look, there is a problem. And the fact is that we have separation amongst the people that we know, that we grew up with and the people that we love. We have that separation of the people that we love and you know what I mean? So, what he mentioned that there's never been a bad Mandela effect. Well, for me personally, yeah, there absolutely has.
Right.
I lost my family. I lost my entire family. But I gained it. No, don't get me wrong. I gained new family, but I lost my family, and those are people that, I dedicated my, I wasn't expecting this. I was blindsided. So, this is a pretty big, grand slam right to the side of my head, hey, you know what I mean?
A Denny's
right?
People are throwing pancakes at your head.
Right? Right? Sausage wieners all stuck in my ears. Right? Exactly. So, I got some egg, really, pretty much, in abundance all over me. So, look, and I don't mean to put him, his message down to shame because, what he's saying is correct. Don't fear, just embrace, the new changes with, with joy and roll with it. The only issue that I had taken issue with was the fact that there are some definite fear factors that need to be addressed. And look, we have to know that, all of us together, we see this. We are essentially, I don't want to, say that we're the chosen ones by any means, but, we have been selected to see this whole phenomenon, which is of, massive biblical proportions. We're talking Noah's Ark, the flood, the parting of the seas. I've never seen anything of this proportion, be so magnificent. And and no one else sees this, and they think that we are simply nuts to even express the fact that we have a different memory, because obviously we must be nuts that we have a collective thought of all the things that we remember.
Right.
But because they don't see it, well, we've got to be just absolutely off our rockers. And even though we do the research and we all collectively, to a point, we all come from different, I guess, adjacent timelines, I guess. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But we all come from the same thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, guys. And I'm not trying to promote any fear. That's not what I'm doing here. But what I'm saying is that, in a nutshell, this is
I'm promoting fear. I'm putting up billboards. I'm putting up signs. I'm promoting this to the. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Ty is doing that. He's putting up billboards and stuff. So he's like he's got a whole promotion. He's putting up like pamphlets at like Walmart and stuff.
Just radio ads and YouTube.
Right. Fear. He's on a soapbox, with his sandwich board over there. You're all screwed.
Whoa, Zealandia looks crazy now. It didn't used to look like that. It looks like a butterfly or something.
Look at Zealandia, guys.
And I don't mean to dominate the conversation here, guys. I had one more thing I wanted to kind of share. I was going to hold this off till a little bit later on, but I thought it's so interesting that another fact came about. As you can tell, I've been doing lots of research, man. I've been researching like history, I've never worked so hard, to get to where I was, in the past, only to relearn it and to keep relearning it.
Right.
And here's a new thing that I thought was relatively interesting, which will probably change by tomorrow. But you might want to look it up tonight before it changes. The story by Disney, I think there's, it's been written in books and all throughout history. You all know of Robin Hood, right? Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Right. He's the guy that was all dressed up in green and he wore the feather in his cap and a little cone cap. He pranced around and he went against like the sheriff of like Nottingham and he paraded through the Sherwood Forest and his little buddy was like Little John. Okay. Well, that was a good little story. Only come to find out that that's not just a story. That's actually a historic fact. Do you guys know that?
What? Yeah, but it was never a historic fact. It was always it was never a historic
fact. Oh no, it's historic. It's a historic fact. In fact, not only that, but I have the backstory to it, and I know a little bit more than most people would care to know. I guess unless you're looking into fairy tale land, because now it's true. Your fairy tales are actually coming to life.
Unless Bob Dylan.
This is really weird. He wasn't real.
Look it up, and guess what? He's dressed exactly as they depicted him. He's got a statue, and he's got a grave tombstone. So here's how it went. I know a little portion that I'll share with you, which is, Robin Hood wasn't feeling all too well. I guess he was like, going through some kind of illness or whatnot. So he decided to stay with his aunt. Now, his aunt, she was the Pyrrhus of something, or I forget exactly what it was, but she was pretty well esteemed. And I guess the dignitaries, they had convinced her to kill Robin Hood. Well, come to find out that she went ahead and said, okay, cool, I'll do it. So she went ahead and like sliced him up. So what does Robin Hood do? He blows on his horn, and here comes Little John. Little John comes running up to his rescue, only to find out it's way too far. He's way too far gone to save him. So instead of like trying to try to salvage him, he says, just take this arrow and shoot it out the window, and wherever it lands, that's where I'm going to bury you. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly where Robin Hood is buried nowadays. And that's his grave.
What? That is so ridiculous.
I really thought it was going to be some sort of guy named Carl that works Thursdays.
Look it up. It's a fact. And that's where Robin Hood is laid to rest.
Yeah, I thought it was some guy. I really thought it was going to be some guy named Carl that worked Thursdays and Fridays at the bowling alley. And
I was hoping it was going to be something like that too. I was hoping like that too. But unfortunately, he was actually dressed exactly as he was depicted. In his little green cap with his feather and all that.
That's where I got the bowling alley from. I don't know reason. I thought maybe.
What bowling alleys are you going to, Ty, where they dress up like Robin Hood? Come on, man.
I'm just saying. I'm thinking bowling shirt. You had the cap on wrong.
I gotta go to this bowling alley. I'm gonna come in like Little John. I'm gonna like shave like a bowl across the top of my cranium.
I just can't even. And who was the sheriff from Nottingham then in the story? Has it just been elaborated from there?
My whole gimmick is to be like slap my head for $1.
Oh my gosh. That is just so weird. They're literally rewriting history like in 1984, the Ministry of Truth. It's just changing. Based on, you know, it's just little inside jokes. You know, at the dark castle of history, they're like sitting out writing this. I don't know. It's so weird.
I know Robin Hood. Everyone, Robin Hood was real, and his aunt actually killed him.
His aunt.
His aunt.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
that makes me want to go back and look at the Iliad and the Odyssey now to see if they changed.
Obviously, Robin didn't give his aunt any money because he kept giving it away. So she got mad.
Kept giving away to the poor. He loved giving, like, you know, he loved giving to the poor. He was all about that, you know.
Yeah.
What a good guy. I mean, you know, look, if that was based on a true story, God, I mean, how amazing is that? I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
There would be statues of him commemorating his life, like all over the.
Yeah, there is.
I'm wondering, as we're talking about this, looking at the changes, I'm wondering if there's a bigger grand scheme of things to from the powers that be, from whatever is pushing the Mandela effect. But, you know, obviously the question would be, why do we see it and others don't? That's the ever persistent question. The $64,000 question is, why do we see it and others don't? But are we going to be pushed into obscurity, into irrelevance, and we're all going to be crazy? It's going to be just like the Sneetches, those who see and those who don't see. Because now it's becoming harder and harder to fake it. You know, I mean, Brian has to work with these people. Miggs, you have to work with these people. Don't you find it hard? And, you know, Teresa, of course, you have to work with non-Mandela affected people.
I can't even talk about it at work because they'd think I was crazy.
Really?
No.
Well, sure. Yeah.
I like Lisa.
I wake people up on the weekends, guys.
Lisa is kind of looking up at the sky for pictures. She sees a circus going on up there. It's true.
A circus?
There really is some kind of circus going on in the sky, I feel.
Oh, how do you figure?
Just all the different changes happening and everything going on with the sky.
But it seems that everywhere we're looking, whether it's history or whether it's pop culture or whether it's advertisements or, you know, just what's going on in our personal lives, there's so many changes and they're happening at a rapid pace. That's what I saw.
You know, I was actually looking at the sky. I was outside for a long time today. And I saw, I mean, now that you mention it, it's just so crazy that they have all these new names for clouds that are geoengineered and man-made now. And the clouds I saw today were so insane, guys. It looked like they had been, you know, beamed frequencies at because they were all separated, and it looked like somebody took a razor blade and very thin, exact parallel lines to the clouds. They were like thinly separated by like thin lines.
Did you take pictures, Meeks?
I wish I would have, but it looked like somebody just went like, okay, we're gonna channel this kind of frequency to the clouds, and then they just did it, and it's like whoop, whoop, okay, and then the clouds all like, you know, bubbled up like cymatics or whatever. You know, they looked like they had been pulsed.
I'm glad you said that, Migs, because, you know, I've been working with a lot with Dead GPK. You know, he does some amazing compilations, and he's actually featured me a few times. And if he's you know, hearing this or listening, you know, God bless you, man. You know, love you.
What's up, Dead GPK?
Love him, man. Yeah, he's awesome. I love him so much, and he's featured me a few times. And if you haven't seen any of the anomalies going on in the sky, definitely check him out, man. The things that have been featured. Let me tell you, I know clouds. I actually did a report way back when I was younger, you know, in school about clouds, and there was only like 9 different varieties of clouds. You have your stratus, your circumulus, you know, nimbostratus, ultracumulus. You know, there's a whole bunch of different clouds that, you know, like that, you know, well, you know, 9, okay, and different variations of them. Now there's like over 27 different varieties of clouds.
What?
Can we look at that, Brian? Can you look at all the different types of clouds now? I mean, there was never more than 9. I remember doing a project on it in school, you know, but they've had to add all these crazy looking clouds. Oh, look at that rainbow, Brian. What are you looking for?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I look at Rainbow Bright. Perfect.
No,
Rainbow Bright knows best.
Someone told me that the horse's star is unicorn horn as well. I don't know.
Weird.
You know what's really trippy? I was watching a video not too long ago, and this is going to be so weird. In the skies, and this is like looks like authentic video too. You know, who knows? I mean, anything could change. But I saw videos of what looked like Santa Claus in a sleigh, like going across the sky. I'm like, man, this has got to be some kind of like weird, like CGI or something. But man, it looked so authentic. It was the craziest thing, and they had like a whole compilation of real Santa Claus. Now, like nowadays, he's like coming down the chimney, putting presents under trees, under like surveillance cameras, and it's all like. It looks legit, man. I don't know. I mean, it's like, is this really going on, man? You know, somebody told me about, who was it? Oh, it was Dead GPK. He told me about Krampus. Look up Krampus. If anyone has ever heard of Krampus.
Oh, there was talking about this earlier.
Krampus is the antithesis of Santa Claus, right?
Of Santa Claus. Okay, good. I'm glad we're on this topic then. Because
I have heard about him.
As I've always known Krampus, he's the hooved, I guess anti-Santa Claus, right? He like beats the crap out of kids if you don't behave.
Right.
He has like the 2 hooves and all that. Hey, Brian, do me a favor. Pull up Krampus and look at his feet.
Oh, right. It should be hooved, right?
Should be hooved.
Shoes now? Or is he wearing timber? What are they called?
Yeah. Skechers. He's wearing Skechers with a CH.
Oh.
What? He's not wearing galoshes.
What's he wearing?
No. I guess that one is fine. He's hiding his feet. But in in many pictures that you're gonna find now. Sorry, Jed, if I'm like blowing this for you here, bub. He's got 1 hoof and then 1 demon foot.
Oh,
what?
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a demon foot.
What?
Yeah. Well, I know about that, but the 2 look at a hoof and a foot.
How do you have all these amazing effects we've never heard of? How are you talking?
I've been busy, guys.
Oh my
God.
God.
And look, it's an 1800s greeting card. Would you like to get that greeting card? It's a greeting card.
Right? Yeah, come here, kid.
Getting that greeting card?
We love your kids. Can't wait to see them.
What?
Now, you understand this. Now, you all understand that
we're bringing a friend for dinner.
You understand that the hoof there is symbolic of the devil. Okay, the split foot, that is symbolic of the devil being the fallen cherub, which is, of course, the cattle. The cherub that fell was the caretaker of cattle. You understand? So that's where the hoof comes in. That's where the hoof comes in, guys. So
have you always known him to have 2 different feet like that?
Me,
no,
I have.
Always.
I've only known him to have the hoof feet.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
That'd be crazy.
Otherwise, it looks like where the wild things are or something with the.
Well, it looks more like an Adam Sandler depiction now. You know, by the way, I'm convinced that Adam Sandler wrote all of his movies in 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Are you convinced that he did? Or?
I'm convinced that he wrote all of his movies in 8th grade. Still in middle school, yeah.
Like Little Nicky.
Yeah, right. All of them. Yeah, all of them.
Oh my gosh.
You know, because he has fawns in all the movies because that's the way he originally wrote it.
Oh my gosh.
What would you do, guys, if someone sent you this greeting card?
I would not be happy.
Someone sent this greeting card.
Look at the girl. She's so calm. The girl sitting there so calm.
It wouldn't make a good Valentine's Day card.
Right?
I'd ask us for dinner.
Look, there's the girl. She's calmly eating apples, and her brother obviously is going to be put to death.
Yeah.
He's in a basket? Is he in a basket?
Yeah, she's like, I got my apples. I'm good.
I got mines. Later, Johnny.
Like, I'm gonna.
That means more apples for me.
Right. I mean, obviously, what is he? 12 feet tall, evidently. Right? No problem, Johnny. You're good. I got my apples. Right?
I like apples.
What a great card.
When did Dead GPK notice this?
Who found this?
Yes. Give all the credit to Dead GPK. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
man.
a really good find.
Yeah,
He
nailed it.
That's a really notable thing. You know, everybody would have noticed that. They would have capitalized on that.
Now, let me ask.
We would have. Yeah, what are you trying to say? We'd be making greeting cards? No, we would not make greeting cards.
Let me ask
Brian
you.
Brian would be selling T-shirts, but we would not be making.
You can't have a T-shirt with all the Mandela effect on it. I'd like to see that happen.
Oh, I can, but you wouldn't be able to read the font. It'd be so small.
I'm wondering, did the movie change too?
That's too funny.
You guys seen the movie Krampus? Did it change?
Oh, was that a horror movie?
There's a movie out, Krampus?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. I've never seen it, but you know.
I don't know. There's a movie out of it?
Krampus.
He would walk off funny. He would have to walk off funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that most people's religion begin and end with supernatural on TV. You know, if it doesn't involve Sam and Dean, they don't know.
That's a good show.
Just know that anything fairy tale right now is actually suspect to become real. So, you know, who knows? We may be walking around with, like, you know, cartoon Twinkies pretty soon. Who knows? It's going to be normal. They've always been here. What are you talking about?
That's a scary thought. I'm wondering where the next changes are coming from. And a serious note, I'm worried about our DNA. I'm worried about our viruses. I'm worried about the geography and the way the battle plans are drawn, war games, things like that, because with the geographical changes, obviously the war plans change too.
Yeah, well, you know, that's definitely one of the things that I'm looking into as well. You know, not just ancestry, I mean, all kinds of history, you know, definitely, you know, what wars were started, you know, that didn't happen before in our timelines. But now that the continents have shifted, I mean, we have to take that into consideration. What new people have evolved, you know, or have met, you know, that didn't exist before. You know, there's new people that are prevalent. Right. You know, I
want to ask a question to the group. Has anybody's, because I'm the only one that I've heard of so far, has anybody's lineage changed with their parents, with their mothers and fathers? Has any dates changed with you guys? Where your parents have met at the wrong place, they married at the wrong date, something.
No, but did you guys see that video? I forgot who the channel was that posted it. It was a middle-aged woman, and she was saying that her dad's famous story that he told over and over and over again, the important details of it changed. And now, like, her brother and her no longer agree on her dad's most famous story, and apparently now he like hung out with this gang and sold liquor out of a trench coat or something. Like,
nice.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
it's just, she's like, what? That was never in the story. And then her brother was like, are you kidding? That was like the story. But it was just, that was really weird. I think I'm
gonna put together a little biography of my own. You know, I'll probably release it individually. You know, but you know, it's something that's a little bit more personal, close to home. I have done some research on my back history. It's actually quite alarming, and I'm not going to say anything right now. You know, it can almost be book worthy, but you know, I'm going to do it in little increments, because I'm finding out things about, you know, who this guy was that is talking right now, that you know, actually lived in this little cell, you know, for a little bit before I took over. Probably whooped his ass and said, "That's it, you're done." You know, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and put this together here within the next few weeks, and then do something a little bit more personal. So, you know, I'm going to put it out, just, you know, throw it out there and you know, see how it sticks. But it's not going to happen anytime, you know, tonight.
Well,
you know what? Okay. I would love to hear that story, Troy, by the way. I just found that video that I was talking about. It's called Mandela Effect in My Life. My father's life story has changed. And I'll put that in the link in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yes,
that's a good point to bring up, because if major events in your parents' lives change, then
correct.
It seems to be leaning towards like the Back to the Future plot. You know, are we going to disappear? Like,
that's exactly right. Right. That's exactly right. But one of the other things we found while I was talking to Troy is we're comparing notes in our life, and Troy and I have a lot of similarities, a number of similarities that we found to be more than just coincidence. We thought it was just very strange. Just very similar, right, Troy? That's Troy. He's there. Are you there, Troy?
Troy, wake up!
Yeah, that's it. He's gone.
Wake up, Troy.
No, but we had a number of similarities about the same time, which was interesting. Just very, very interesting. Where we seem to have been doing the same things on different parts of the country. A different
I can get a hold of.
Wow.
Yeah, over and over again, we're going back and forth. We got a little bit freaked out, so we stopped. But that's what happened.
Wow.
But Troy left us. Is Teresa still there?
Yeah, Teresa's here. She wanted to share some with you, Meeks.
Oh yeah. Do you have Octonical balls? Sorry, Teresa. Lay it on me, girl.
One of my pupils changed shapes.
Oh my gosh. I saw that on Facebook actually.
Yeah, I see. Well, it all started this morning. I woke up around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I saw a video posted that somebody did, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's weird!" And my own curiosity, I started getting my flashlight out. I was putting my makeup on, and I put it in my eye. One of my eyes, one of my pupils, is now like a shape of like an octagon. And Brian, you want to show the picture again? The one I sent you? The last one?
But just one of them?
The other one has like a little, wait till you zoom in on it and show.
Oh my goodness.
You can, tell me if you can see it. Zoom in on it, Brian.
Yeah, I got to find it.
I saw the one, the video that Brian mirrored.
But this one is, this one I literally had somebody take a picture, and when you zoom in on the picture, you can literally see the shape of like an octagon. Yeah, I'm freaked out by it, guys.
Oh,
Brian, you gonna show it?
Was the person who took the picture a Mandela effective
She's
person?
me too. Yes.
Okay,
I don't want to say her name, but she's aware of our show and everything. She's seen it too, and her daughter. And they're both empaths.
Oh, good. Because it would be weird to ask someone to take a picture.
It's like, oh yeah, look at my octagon eye.
That's the one that we wanted on the show tonight.
Are you showing it, Brian?
Yeah, I'm showing it right now.
You can
zoom in on it and look at the shape of it.
The thing is, see, you guys know me. I do investigation style processing.
You seen it, Megs?
I think we really do need to see if we can get an optician or
optician.
Optometrist.
Oh, wrong one.
Ophthalmologist or ophthalmologist. I am going to the doctor on Monday, and I'll ask him about it. How about that?
Bring my picture.
David, great in the chat, Brian.
What's that?
You have lovely eyes, by the way, Teresa.
David,
I'm looking at. I can see where it's like on the bottom and then the bottom right. I can see how that is like.
Do you see how you can see like the shape of the octagon there if you zoom in?
That's looking strange because if you put straight lines to match up with the lines that they're going.
Yes.
Really strange.
Yes.
Yes.
So Brian, do you think she's got the
pretty
the
freaky,
huh?
That is weird.
Because she's the anointed one, or what? Is there any?
Meeks doesn't know the story, guys. Brian, you want to tell the story about that, Meeks?
Yes, I want to hear it.
Brian's going to tell you a really bizarre story that I found out.
Okay, Brian.
And I'm gonna let him tell the story.
Yeah,
go ahead. You guys tell the story. I'm a little freaked out by it.
Well, I just want to say, what's I?
Go ahead, tell the story.
Okay, Brian, you'll tell the story. Just 1 second. I want to address David D. Great in the chat. He had alleged Bible changes due to chembots and nanobots. Okay, explained the changes. And the internet was tweaked for other changes. Explained 90%. He says that the Tyndale Bible shows the majority of those. Shows the majority of the changes in the Tyndale Bible, not the King James, shows that they have not changed. And I say that I disagree because I went to the Tyndale, I went to the bishops, I went to the Great Bible and the Geneva, and I watched them change right before my eyes. I thought I had it too, and it's like I said, where are my glasses? My eyes were blurry for a second. I want to, to say something, and the verse had changed. I said, well, maybe I was wrong. And then I realized only later, much later, that is a Mandela effect right before your eyes, that you see it and then it changes right before your eyes. So we did look at that. And also it can't be as he's saying, is a nanobots or chembots, because the changes are in our old stuff too. The Bibles that we had from 20 years ago are changing. Yeah. So there you go. So just to answer David D. Great, because I just wanted to put that out there for the audience. But go ahead, Brian, tell the story about Teresa.
Keep in mind some of this may all be in good humor, okay? So just keep that in mind. Because we all love to be somewhat flattered. It was an awesome story, Teresa, about Black Ghost mentioned in one of the comments. He was talking about the story of the 3 cazadors, the 3 hunters. I mistranslated it. I thought it was like 3 deer. Because I went to there's this restaurant near my house.
You didn't say who the hunters were, Brian, yet.
Yeah, the 3 hunters were you, who was it, Kiera and Nathaniel.
And
remember when
I thought it was Fiverr.
That night? Fiverr too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the story was spoken of apparently by, he says, Black Ghost says Spaniards and something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys were told of a tale,
We were foretold many years ago, Megs.
Oh.
It's very possible.
Basically, I'm fulfilling a destiny right now that was prophesied many years ago.
Oh, weird. So you're saying there was
that means I'm basically, this was supposed to be my destiny, and I didn't even know that.
Here's my problem.
This is it's really freaking me out.
Wait, so again, you're saying there was Brian, you wrote a story about Teresa and Nathaniel and Kiera.
No. This is supposed to be true.
Oh.
Basically, the story was told by the Spaniards about the 3 residue hunters in the future.
Oh, okay. That's the part I missed. The 3 residue hunters in the future. What was it called?
But didn't you say Kiera had a dream about it too, which confirmed
Kiera knew about this too.
Wow. What's the story called officially?
The Tres Cazadores.
Read the comment, Brian. Read the comment.
Do you have it online? Brian?
I can look it up.
It's the one where he did the Canadian show. You know the Canadian show? Last week's Hangouts? It's under there. Black Ghost told me about this, and he addressed it to me, and I'm like, what?
Wow, that's really cool.
Basically, I was prophesied. Me and 2 other hunters. Well, this is something that was told many, I don't know, thousands of years ago or less by the Spaniards about us doing this in the future, which is now happening.
Whoa.
I'm freaked out by this, Meeks. Like I was crying in tears when I read this comment. It's like,
oh my gosh. Did you get the book? Is it like a real book or a short story or?
How do you explain that, Brian?
It's almost like a short story, like people have told around a campfire kind of thing.
Yeah, and I never knew this.
Oh,
and it was about me.
But I think it's folklore. But what folklore is it from?
Folklore. How would they know what a residue hunter is in the first place? But I think what Black Ghost meant is like the 3 hunters who are really good at what they do. I think that's what he was trying to say. But I can find that
really cool.
Hold on, let me find it.
Oh, I want to got it.
Hey, Meeks.
Yeah.
And you know what's so weird about this? Is when I first did get the Mandela effect, a year ago in December of 2016, something propelled me, and like a I don't know how to explain this. Something told me that I need to be hunting residue. I don't know. I never even knew what residue was. Something said, no, you need to start looking for the old ways. You need to start looking for the old ways. And it's like I was told by something that I need to be on this mission to fulfill something. And ever since then, I haven't stopped. Like literally every day I'm hunting residue. And it's like, I feel like this is the path that I'm supposed to be on.
Yes,
I love that, Teresa. I love that you do that, because that inspires so many people,
But it scares me to know that this is my destiny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were born for this, I think.
If I'm foretold, then I feel like I can't stop doing this. I can't stop it.
My opinion on that.
It just totally freaks me out, guys. Like, really
I don't know who
blows me away.
I don't know who Black Ghost is, but a paragraph is not to be something to take so personally, to take it to heart just because someone says something.
Personally, I would love to hear the story. Like I want to interview Black Ghost.
If we can get Kira on the phone, Kiera, when if we can get her on the Hangouts, she can go more into detail about this because she had a dream about it. She knew that I was part of this. The 3 hunters, and she knows more about it, which I want to hear more about it, because if there's more I'm supposed to be doing besides this, like I wake people up every weekend. Last weekend I woke up like 5 people over the weekend. Like seriously, I woke up. You want to hear what funny, guys? I went into Burger King last weekend, and I walked in there, and there's like a Burger King next door, and there was 3 girls there. One of them was like a manager counting down money, and I said, "Hey, can I ask you guys a question?" And they're like, "Okay." And I said, "You know your shake that you sell here called Fruit Loops?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, I think it's spelled wrong." And they looked. And they said, "Oh, yeah, it's spelled F-R-O-O-T." And I said, "That's not right, guys." I started bringing up the residue and showing them this. And they said, "Oh, my God." And this is the manager. She said, "You're right." And one of the girls there was actually affected, and she was afraid to talk about it around her workers until I brought it out of her. Right. She said, "You know what? I'm affected, and I didn't want to talk about it around my people here. And now I got her to come out and talk about it." She said, "You know what? I knew the shake was wrong." And the other 2 people actually agreed with her.
Okay, everybody can understand what you're saying, Teresa. Everybody can. But if I said that I saw a 60-foot Jesus at the foot of my bed and told me that you shouldn't be residue hunting, Teresa, would you believe me or would you believe the other guy?
Oh, Lord. I'm not going to argue with you, Ty.
Yeah, I'm only saying that you have to watch.
Right, but why would Black Ghost say that? Black Ghost say this, and also Kira, also a residue hunter, know about this through a dream and also knew.
I'm not questioning that. I'm saying you have to be careful and not to be so eager to believe what people say, because there's some good and bad in everything that you hear. You got to be careful.
Yeah, that's all Ty's trying to say. He's not
I see we listen to Kira's side of the story and figure out more about this, because I am interested in knowing more about this in depth. And if this is really true, and if Black Ghost is listening, guys, I want him to come in and say something in the chat room or get in touch with Brian, because I want him to come on the show so that I can question him and you guys can question him. How does that sound?
Well, there'd be no doubt you'd be questioned, but I'd say along the same lines. We have a very select audience that we need to pertain ourselves or contain ourselves, unto, unfortunately, because otherwise it does label ourselves as being kind of frantic and almost nutty. So we have to really pertain it to the people that actually see it. You know what I mean? Because if we try to tell people that don't see it, it does look kind of nutty.
Right.
No, but I think Black Ghost is affected. He was letting me know about this when I didn't know. Why would he make something like this up?
I know, Teresa. I have to read this in case it changes. If I don't read it, it could change. Go
ahead, read it.
Urgent.
Go ahead, read it. Go ahead.
Black Ghost made this comment 6 days ago. Teresa Lynch, Nathaniel may be a little more advanced than you on the ME, Mandela Effect residue hunting, but you are our residue hunters. He capitalized to emphasize that.
Uh-huh.
If you read my comment posted, read my lips. You get it? When Brian had a Google Hangout with you and Kiera, we still believe ancient cultures around the world spoke of the three of you residue hunters. You, Hazel Fiver, and Kiera were foretold of your arrival in the future.
There you go.
Call from history class, the Spaniards named you three Tres Cazadores around campfire.
You know, I do believe that we all have our own designation in this. I do think that we really do. You know, and Teresa, you are right. You are the residue hunter queen. You know, bar none. You pull some stuff that blows my mind. You know.
Yeah, but I got competition too.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You have alliances. Is what you have.
They don't touch you. They can't touch you.
Hey, Meeks.
No.
Hey, Meeks.
Yes.
I wouldn't say
I found a
competition.
whole bunch of residue.
You're putting up that wall of competition. No, you have alliances that are doing your job for you or with you. So don't look at it as competition. You're not looking for for a crown, are you? I mean, come on. I mean,
no.
Can I say something which confirms this? I mistranslated the Cazadores as deer. I didn't look it up for myself.
This is gonna freak y'all out. Listen to this story.
Okay. I've already gotten permission from Lisa to tell this story, okay? So she's fine.
Thank you.
Tres Cazadores doesn't just mean it's three hunters, but I mistranslated as three deer. And the next day, Lisa was outside. She saw three deer. I'm not joking.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that's insane.
She freaked out. I freaked out. I think everybody freaked out.
Who is Black Ghost?
And that kind of confirms what Black Ghost was saying a little bit, but at the same time, I don't want to feed it if it's an evil thing. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get him on the show,
but who is Black Ghost?
I hope it's not evil.
Who is Black Ghost?
He actually made some comments on that on the demon video we did. He does apparently he investigates like paranormal. So
that's great. But who is he?
He's a YouTuber.
Okay. So we know nothing.
If anybody in the audience, hey guys, in your chat room, know anything about Black Ghost, who his real name is? I want to know. Anybody in the audience?
But basically, I mean, he could be flipping burgers at the Krusty Krab. We don't know. We don't know who he is.
Can you try to get a hold of Kiera and see if you can get her on the show?
I don't know. It's kind of late right now.
So she can confirm some of this, because I'm really intrigued by it. I really am. And I know you guys want to get to the bottom of the story. And me being an investigator, I want to get to the bottom of the story.
That's fine. If you give me a few
moments. Meeks? You know how we are. We investigate, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's our Scorpio trait.
That's right.
Go Scorpios! Number one.
I bet we could.
We rule the school.
I bet there's like a synopsis of it online somewhere.
I'm gonna try to get a hold of Kiera if I can, guys. So just bear with me. Just entertain. Okay, good talk.
But guys, if this is really true, then I'm on my right path. Because, like I said, I literally wake up thinking of residue. I go to bed thinking of residue. I dream of residue. I don't eat residue. Residue comes through my pores. I exhume residue through my pores.
It has in the Bible about eating residue now.
Oh my God.
I spray Windex on my residue.
It's just bizarre. I think they're making fun of us with that.
Yeah, they are.
Never in the Bible.
That's just a joke. Just a little joke. I'll
I'm
spray a
trying to
Windex on you.
I'm trying to look up Tres Cazadores.
Can you find
But
anything?
I can't. It's all in the Book of Arches and Other Stories from Mora Valley.
No way.
I'm trying to find little everything about the story. The Tres Cazadores is in Spanish.
Yeah, I kind of figured. And if
Can
there's
you
any guy named
translate
Carl
it?
that works at a bowling alley, stay away.
300.
Vince, do you know any Spanish?
Huh.
Or vampires. Vampires bad too. Just want to throw that out there.
Oh, guys, I do have to tell you. Did you see? It was floating around on Facebook with all this SpaceX nonsense. That Elon Musk was predicted before his time.
What?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Werner von Braun, who was a really famous
Yep. Nazi.
NASA dude. I think he came over from with Project Paperclip. I think he was one of those Nazi.
Paperclip.
Yep,
Came
he
over.
did.
He
He
had a
did.
deathbed confession that you all should check out. That was that implicated NASA and just he's totally says it's a sham and they're planning all this craziness like Project Bluebeam. Anyway, so he actually wrote a book, a science fiction book.
You cannot just say in Project Bluebeam. You cannot just you cannot just say in Project Bluebeam. Anyways, you know that's you can't do. Go ahead.
But anyway, so he wrote a book called Project Mars, and in this book, there's a chapter called like the leaders of Mars or the mission to Mars or something, or the Council of Mars.
And he named names.
And in it, like the leader of the Council of Mars or whatever was called Elon. And this was 20 years before Elon was born. So the leader of the mission to Mars was named Elon, like 20 years before Elon Musk came about. And this is Werner von Braun, a NASA dude, writing about Elon before he was born. You all should check it out. It's really crazy. I saw images of the pages, so I know that it's there. But
it's indicative of like the book that was called The Last President. You guys seen that, yeah?
Right, that's very similar.
Or the last Pope.
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be. You remember this was supposed to be our last election. Do you remember?
Well, you understand that I guess before the last Pope actually bails out, there's going to be a black Pope.
What?
That's right.
Isn't it Maurice?
Not Maurice. Wait and see.
I'm waiting.
There's a black Pope that will come to fruition, my friends.
I'm waiting for the Steve Miller cue. Some people call me Maurice.
Okay.
That's the song. I know everyone's too young to know it, but it's all right.
Can I present really quick? I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. with the Elon Musk thing. Let's see.
The SpaceX or the
SpaceX,
the car? Are you gonna do the car with the mirror?
No, I'm just gonna show you guys the
mirror
book. Can you guys see what I'm showing you? Can you guys see this?
I gotta look.
I can bring it up.
I'm getting ready to take this guy out of pool, but I'll check this out really quick.
It says Werner von Braun novel may have predicted Elon Musk. Well, it did. There's no may involved. You can see that, guys, or no?
No, I got first ever Eco sports cars here.
Oh, am I stuck on that? Sorry. Let's see. Application window. Okay, here we go. Okay, now can you see?
Yes, now I do. Very German.
Werner von Braun novel. They have.
Can you get any more German? Can we get any more German? Come on. Can you get any more German?
This is out of the page. This is what I saw on the page. It says the Martian government was directed by 10 men, the leader of whom was elected by universal suffrage for 5 years and entitled Elon.
Right, which is of course a famous Elton John song. Elon,
right.
Elon
two houses of parliament enacted the laws to be administered by the Elon and his cabinet. Oh, I guess that's the title of this. But still, I mean, it's the leader of Mars, like the leader of this mission to Mars. It's just too.
Well, Elon has enough money. I guess they could call him as the Elon. I mean, Prince was named Prince. What do you want? That's, I guess, how much money does Elon have?
Right. I mean, how many Elons do you run into on a daily basis? Anyway?
Oh, I'm not friends with Elton John. I don't know. Ask him. But
anyway.
Hey, on a different subject, has anyone here noticed that her pupils are becoming hexagonal?
You had to bring it up, didn't you? You had to bring it up. Teresa would know about that. Teresa has one of her pupils changed, and Brian, of course, is speculating about stuff.
I looked at my pupils earlier today, and I think that mine are also becoming hexagonal.
Okay, guys, listen. You have to stop doing drugs now. Drugs are dangerous.
These are your people.
Okay?
These are your people on drugs.
Hey, you want to hear something? I'll take a picture of my eyeball, and then you all can decide whether or not they are.
Hey, if you can take your camera and take a picture, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Because I do not possess the expertise to take a picture of my own face, my eye, and then send it off.
Yeah, I know. Hey guys, I'm not joking. This is really serious. I looked at it, and it looked like it was actually becoming hexagonal. I'm not kidding.
Really?
No, when you say hexagonal, are you talking about the 5-side hexagon? Is that what you're talking about? 5 sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? X?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Not round.
1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hexes. I thought hex was 5.
Oh no, I guess it is. Wait. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I guess shouldn't it be sexagonal?
No, I thought hex is 6.
So I'm not the only one being affected by this thing, guys.
Maybe my eyeballs are getting sexagonal. I don't know. Maybe I'm the upgrade. I don't know. Who knows?
1, 2, 3,
but
4, 5, 8. Hex is 6.
You're right.
I thought hex was 5.
So yeah. I think I have.
I'm sorry.
I think I have proof. My eyeballs. I'm not kidding you guys. My pupils are looking like they have a hexagonal. Like,
take a picture.
I'm going to.
Has 5
and put your eyeballs.
I'm going to. I looked at it today and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Did you take a picture of it?
Yeah.
Take a picture of it?
No, I will.
Okay. Thank you. Migs, you're waiting in eager anticipation, right, for this hexagonal, right?
I don't know what to say, guys, but it's true.
Now, to me, things are changing. I see that Seeker's line has changed. Has it always been that way, or?
Yeah, I noticed the line too. It's like
the line has changed. What's going on there with Seeker's line? It's not. It used to be like a Heathcliff thing, and now it's something else.
Seeker, spill the beans.
What's going on with your line? You changed your line?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, very good. We were about to call it a Mandela effect, and
he's cousin of the other one, so.
Okay, yeah. As long as they're related, that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's
looks like a Klingon with those eyebrows going on.
Yes, I thought that too. What's up with those eyebrows?
What eyebrows?
So weird.
Right there. You see the forehead of that lion? It's got those weird.
No, I'm looking at Meeks. Hold on. Okay, now I see the little lion underneath. The little cub underneath.
You don't see the weird skull now on that lion that we're having?
Yeah.
Look over here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
We have so much skull weirdness.
I have no idea. All I know is that I try to tell the kids the differences between so they understand between lions and bears and tigers and this and that. So you got to understand.
Oh my!
Take the meanest. Take the meanest dog that you can think of. You take the meanest dog that you can think of, whether it's a Rottweiler or a Pit Bull or German Shepherds, and take a whole pack of them. I said, 1 lion, 1 bear, one tiger. I said, these things, there's nothing that they can do. Nothing.
Oh my.
And they're like, he's like, you're kidding us. No, there's nothing. You're talking about a lion. A lion's not a dog. A tiger's not a dog. A bear's not a dog. I said, you're talking about domesticated pets versus lions. I said, so if these massive dogs can't do anything, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. And I said this at first in references to bears, of course. But did you guys see the video of Mandela Effect about the manned animals, about the giant, I believe it was on Laszlo's channel. Did you see the one with the giant dog?
Oh, hey, Ree.
Who's that?
The giant dog, you said?
Yes, the giant dog.
Clifford?
The
Yeah.
giant dog. A massive,
What?
giant Harry Potter looking dog. It didn't have 3 heads, but it was, this thing was so, you
Clifford.
got to be, it was like a giant's dog. No, it wasn't Clifford. It was a scary, scary, scary dog where the hunter has his 3 German shepherds going toward the dog, and the hunter is so far back
Marmaduke?
zooming in because the German shepherds are barking at it, but they're so scared of the thing. It's amazing. So it's
What?
on.
Can we see that? Because I heard there was like a giant swine. now.
I've seen that. That is so
This-
weird, man.
This thing was a dog.
That's
This thing was a dog, and this thing was definitely not Photoshop, because it would be a terrible
No,
Photoshop.
no.
because
Yeah, I know.
And it's and this thing is so big. There's no way to really gauge it except with the size of the dogs of the German shepherds in comparison to this dog, and those dogs look almost non-existent to this huge dog. That's
You know
how
what's
big
weird
this dog
though?
was.
You know, Ty, though, I'll say this. You know, with technology nowadays, nothing is impossible, man. Nothing is impossible.
Except that it was so poorly done, because the video cut out. Laszlo cut the video as soon as the hunter, when his dogs were in danger. Okay, the dogs were in danger. The hunter started yelling at the no. Exactly what would happen in real life.
That's
exactly
true.
What would happen? And
That's
you
true.
know, because if you were to fake a video, your dogs would be cool, your dogs would be untouchable, and then your dogs would no. This is definitely I wouldn't fake it like this. So it is something that I would at least encourage people to look into, because I think once things starts happening, the way it's been is that these things tend to multiply. You begin to see it more and more.
So that being said, I mean, we're going to see more, bizarre things like this actually, popping out. I mean, nowadays, let me tell you, out of nowhere, I start seeing these videos about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And the clarity of Bigfoot nowadays is
What?
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Bigfoot on the
Phenomenal.
phone. Bigfoot taking handicap parking spaces. It's unreal.
Right?
It's not-
Exactly.
no,
They're like shopping. They're like down the aisle 3, like spilling shit.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Right.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't go that far, but no, it is truly bizarre. What's happening nowadays with some of these supernatural creatures that are coming out,
Right.
and it's like, I mean, it's going to be like, just kind of phasing you into the new reality of like,
Well,
yeah, there's dragons.
When we start seeing things like Bigfoot or zombies, my big fear, I'm sorry to say, is I keep watching. I'm waiting for zombies. I'm waiting for that stuff because it seems that
Free target practice.
no, it just seems that everything seems to be a primer. What we see on TV, the sci-fi, and everything seems to be a primer for what happens. At least some sort of clue for what's happening. And that's one thing that I'm not looking forward to. I'm definitely keeping an eye out for it.
You see, I'm all game for like target practice. I'm not like game for like, a whole city full of them, but
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not going to be like, I can just see the call at 3:00 in the morning. Brian goes, "Ty, zombies." Oh, what? What's going on? And me will be crying, and she'll be held in the corner with a baseball bat, and we have to go get her. But I can understand it. I can see it happening, right?
right. I'm heading your way. I'll put my horn on, so I'm coming.
We could be like, we could be there making a video live as we're dragging her out of her apartment. She'd be like, "What? Zombies?
Right.
Are you
I'm gonna pull up in your
kidding me?
driveway with my
You
horn
gotta
on.
be
Don't worry
kidding
about it,
me.
man. You're gonna know I'm coming. You're gonna know it's me.
Zombies? Come on, guys. Zombies that
Did
were
you-
never there before.
Did you guys
Zombies.
hear the dream that Vanessa shared? I interviewed her a couple nights ago, and she shared an apocalyptic dream where it was just like that.
Zombies?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God!
But it wasn't. It was more like a cannibal apocalypse.
Okay, well,
awesome.
Better than
that's even better. Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
No, it was like really. It like profoundly affected her. It was more like a vision or something,
Yeah,
sleeping
I won't be able
vision.
to find a parking space, and I got to be worried about someone eating my kids. Thank you.
But anyway.
Excuse me. Don't eat him. He's not food. What is wrong with you?
He's not vegan.
You are a vegan, Tracy. Stand back. Step up. You are vegan. You do not eat my kid. You are vegan.
Guys, we did manage to hear back from Kiera on that 3 Cazadores thing, the Trace Cazadores.
Oh, really?
What'd she say?
He messaged me back. Okay, hold on.
He said, "You are all crazy. Stop it."
Right. Knock it off. You're nuts.
Hang on.
What'd she say?
Stop.
Many cultures means different things. It all seems to be pretty positive, though. The stag's like the king of the forest, the protector of the other creatures. For the native tribes in North America, the deer's a messenger. It's an animal power, a totem representing sensitivity, intuition, gentleness. Some groups would even entrust the hunt to the deer, which is also associated with fertility for them. In other cultures, it can mean it brings about peace, eminent energy from actual angels. Deers also have majestic energy that people will feel connected to angels in their presence. And they believe, too, that you can, if you see a few deer, that you may have a chance to actually speak to the goddess of nature. There's so many different representations throughout culture, but all of them are positive, and some even mean new relationships and career paths are going to be different for.
Yeah, there's one more. There's another one.
Views the deer within their space. So if you see a few deer standing in front of you and you're trying to figure out a life path, it can represent that change is going to be coming upon you.
Or you may have dinner coming soon.
Who?
I'll never get over
Who's gonna have dinner?
My niece. She was like 3 years old.
Your party requirements have been satisfied.
Hold on. Yes,
I'm making fun.
Guys, no.
Invite 50 more people.
Troy. There was 3 years old, my niece, right? So she sees deer in the woods, and she's all like, instead of most kids are, what a cute little deer, she's thinking yummy deer.
Oh, really? 3 years old?
Yeah.
She's not thinking Bambi?
That's my niece. She wants to Bambi.
Yeah, there are vegans out there. There are vegans out there that are probably put you on a list right now. You're on a list. There are vegans like, we need to do something. We need to help that child. Why do I feel like it's 99 cents a minute when you're talking to Kira? What, you know what I mean? Like she's reading something. The point is that this is very open opinion. It's an open opinion of something, and it can be interpreted 1,000 different ways, and that's the point.
That is true. So we must take all things into consideration, but at the same time, don't let it sway your faith at all.
Right. I
Bottom line, I think Teresa's the queen of the residue forever.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely a residue. Okay.
Wait, let me find a picture.
I'm inspired.
A queen has a crown. I'm gonna find one. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
It's the coronation of Teresa. Okay.
Coronation. There you go.
You can show my artwork today if you want.
You do artwork, Teresa?
Yeah, you want to show them what I sent you, Brian? My
Yeah.
My President's Day.
In honor of President's Day, Teresa Lynch sent me some.
I'd like to draw.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, is it President's Day today?
Hey, Brian,
Monday. I'm
watch
just doing it
Rick and
early.
Morty?
Monday.
Do
Wait,
you watch
what?
Rick and Morty?
Monday.
No, I can't say I have. I've heard of the show.
Awesome.
Is it a good show?
I like it.
Oh, here's the picture.
He
I
talks
also want
about quantum physics all the time.
Hang on. I also want to share a good movie. Thanks for sharing that, Ty. There's the residue that Teresa made for President's Day.
Occupants from 2015, not the horror movie.
I want to see that, guys.
No, this movie is a documentarian named Annie who has roped her husband into a project that involves setting up cameras throughout their house. Complications arise when the cameras start showing that's the same couple in an alternate universe.
Wow.
It so feels like Mandela, you know?
Yeah, we'd be tripping out right there. That'd be it. There'd be no one to call at that point because no one would believe us, right?
Yep.
Now, I have heard in time past from other people in the ME that people had received phone calls from themselves, that they heard themselves.
What?
Yes, I have.
No.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. But, it was very early in the ME, so I did not, I didn't be like, hey, let's be bunk buddies. No, it wasn't like that. I was like, okay.
Right. There wasn't really
like
a community before.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't too, but they were definitely very empathic, and they're definitely very psychic, and they're definitely normal as could be until I got that sort of stuff, and I was like, okay, you know what? See ya. But other than that, yeah. So I mean, these
you didn't want to be bunk buddies with these people,
right? Yeah, definitely didn't want to be. But it is something that I've heard before, sure.
Right.
Heard things like that, definitely. That I just was reminded of that from the parallel universes, and she was completely serious. I mean, she was just she had to be 30-some years old, and she had a small child, and that was it. She definitely was. She definitely heard different phone messages, and she thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Oh wow!
Did a couple stories like that. Yeah, so I was obviously freaked out.
I picked this one out for Teresa, you guys.
Ba, 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 ba. That's beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was like Blues Clues.
That's not really. Yeah, it did sound like. Who did that? Is that Meeks? Meeks, ready? Steve or Joe? Meeks, Steve or Joe? Is it Steve or Joe? Meeks,
Did you know that
Joe?
the guy from Blues Clues now is singing songs about poop for children?
No, heck yeah! Good for him.
Yeah,
it's
so.
Yeah, can you
so
believe that might just be?
Kids love hearing things about poop.
Right.
But
can you believe that
silly.
Steve might be just a little bit sexually repressed? Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like Moby now. The like.
Whatever.
I want to see a picture of that guy.
Through the night. Whatever gets you through the night. Yeah.
Well, there was actually two guys that did the Blues Clues. One was a nerdy little geeky guy, and then he gave the reins over to some handsome guy.
Steve and Joe.
That's right. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Ty. Thank you. You know the Blues shirt.
That's what happens when you wear the same shirt for 4 years.
Yes, and they were cut, dude. I bet the whole dynamic has got to be changed. I mean, one was a cousin that came into town that was going to be there for a little bit, and then he decided to stay.
Took over. He sold the
show. He sold the soul for the show. You know that, right? They have to because they're talking to a green screen the whole set. The whole thing's a green screen, so they're doing lots of coke. You know they are.
Of course. Of course.
He looks like the Sandy Hook under Adam Lanza.
I can't stop laughing.
Can you imagine the whole crew is one guy and Steve? He's just talking to him.
So now he's like a hipster. Look at him now.
I want to see what he looks like. Come on, Brian, pull this guy up.
He always was a hipster guy. He always did. He had a little band and everything. Yes, he was.
Not there. He's not.
No, not on the show. Not on the show. But in the background, he's always like a creepy guy. He drives a van or one of those one of those things. what do they call those things? Those little two-wheel things, those little carts you drive around. What do you call those?
Sorry, Teresa, we just stole your thunder from from your crown.
We're talking about Blue's Clues. It's very important.
I forgive you guys.
Thank
What's
you.
His name? His name is Steve Burns.
Steve Burns.
Oh my God, he has a last name. I thought it was like Prince.
His Twitter handle is @SteveBurnsAlive.
Oh, for God's sake, he's got to have some. That guy has some nerve to even have a Twitter account. That guy has some nerve.
Oh my gosh.
You know, he gets hit on all the time by 7-year-olds everywhere. So you know what I mean. He's that type of guy. You know, I'm sure he's friend requests from 7 and 8-year-olds. Sure, because they all love Steve. He's like a Mr. Rogers.
I was never into Blue's Clues. I was too old for it anyway. But I just something about it was really off-putting to me.
It's a cartoon. The whole thing was set up like South Park.
Hey guys, I gotta give you a warning real quick.
Uh-oh.
My phone's gonna die, and I'm charging it right now. Hey, I'm down to 1%.
Well, that's gonna give us a little bit more warning than that.
I thought you meant something really scary was coming.
Right. Exactly.
No, I have 1% on my phone. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, have you ever watched Evil Nation? Because that's
we better crown her fast. Okay, we better crown her fast.
Oh no!
What were you saying, Todd?
No, I'm dead serious.
Hey guys,
I'm down to 1%, and I don't know about this.
These could be Teresa's last words, so let her talk.
Oh, go ahead, Teresa.
No, I'm freaking out because I didn't realize how low my phone got, and I'm like trying to charge it.
It's okay. You can charge your battery. It's not the end.
No, I know, but when I'm on the Hangouts, guys, it's like it goes through juice fast. I don't know how it does that, but it's like my juice gets eaten fast. Does that make sense?
Oh no, they eat your residue.
The beetle is coming for you.
I understand.
Input. I need input.
Okay.
All
right.
Guys, we're gonna probably call it a night.
Good timing too.
Corey, you there?
Yep.
Corey, would you?
Hey, Corey.
Corey, would you and Meeks lead us out with a prayer?
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Awesome show, guys. Thank you.
Dear Father, we just come to you tonight and we just thank you for bringing us together again for some lightheartedness and fellowship. Lord, we just thank you so much for being on our side and just for giving us not a spirit of fear, but a spirit that we're confident that we don't have anything to fear, Lord. And we know these things are crazy these days, but we know that you have our backs. So thank you, Father God. In your name we pray.
Amen.
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 That's the one thing we have to rely on is our faith in God. We have to persevere. You know, perseverance. What it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right. That's right. We got to make it through to the end. Endure.
Even though you
like
may
the other one.
Huh?
I said, I hope when I wake up tomorrow, I don't have anything else weird on my face.
Well, wait. For that, I'm gonna have to.
Hey, guys. Hey, Meeks. I'm kind of afraid to look in the mirror.
Oh. Well, I know. It seems like things are just changing so rapidly now.
I know, but really, it's like, okay, what am I going to look like today?
You just never know what's gonna turn up on your face.
You guys want to hear something really weird? I have a picture of me before my Mandela effect, and I showed the picture to somebody about, hey, that's the color I want to dye my hair tomorrow. And this was like a year ago, and they said I don't look anything like my picture from a year ago.
Wow. No, as far as
1 year ago, yeah, it's totally freaky.
Because the anatomy changes with my wife, with her course that she's taking, they're happening almost as fast as she can study to take the test. They're changing that quick.
Wow.
Almost as fast as that's she's like, it wasn't like this on Tuesday. No, this is not. And she's really having a time of it. Like, how am I supposed to do this if it keeps changing?
Yeah, really.
I mean, that, and I said, well, that's bizarre. What can I say? I'm not going to freak her out. Well, no, maybe just.
And I'm at 0% any second, guys.
Oh no!
I'm literally hanging on 0.
Oh.
I'm hanging on 0.
She's in the forbidden territory at 0%.
Yeah, it's literally says 0. But this is a new phone, and I've never seen a phone get down to 0 and not die yet. My old phone would have died by now.
One of my favorite memes on Facebook is my phone's at 1%, but it still has enough power to remind me every 30 seconds that I need to plug in my phone.
I literally have it, and what's weird is I literally have it plugged in right now with a very fast charger, Brian. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's why. That's why.
It's a 2.0 amps, Brian.
Yeah, it's a very fast charger. I actually got it for my phone. Yeah, it's a fast one.
Yeah, it's literally holding on right now while I'm talking to you guys. So
well, we all better go then.
Okay,
maybe this is a sign that we should stop.
If Teresa isn't around, then it's not a party. So
last question.
And hey, guys, there's another good thing. I'm still awake. Joke. You get it?
What's the question for Meigs, Brian?
Meigs, this kind of came to me this morning, and it was kind of an idea that I had for possible production, because obviously David Guy Levy doesn't seem like he's putting out this movie. I don't know, something is.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's Diane.
Okay, Teresa, we'll talk to you later.
It's getting ready to go any second. I can tell. It's like
it's okay.
Hanging on like the edge of a cliff.
But I thought about something something in production, like maybe doing our own sort of Mandela clips and having people send them
That's a good idea.
put them all together, and I don't know,
kind of like Vanessa does.
Huh?
Like a compilation of
what?
Kind of like Vanessa does, like a compilation of clips.
Yes. So she has some of those as well that she's got permission from people to do them.
Mm-hmm. And you want to send them to David Guy Levy?
No, I was actually going to maybe try and do our own live action one and have like 2 so-called FBI agents following Teresa and 2 following me.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
Checking out the different effects.
I can play one of the FBI agents.
You can be an FBI agent? Who wants to be an FBI agent?
Ty and Troy.
Yeah,
but Troy would have to laugh a lot less.
Oh, it was just a fun idea I had, and the camera guy could be one of the agents.
Oh my gosh. If you're in Georgia, right?
Yeah, I'm in Georgia.
If I was in Georgia, we would be on that project. That sounds like so much fun.
We've had some very good films in Georgia. You know, Middle Georgia is home to what's that show about zombies?
True Blood?
The Walking Dead.
Oh, The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, filmed in Middle Georgia.
Wow.
Oh, Rena's in the house. Hi, Rena.
I want to say goodnight to everyone and thank you all for coming. And
Rena's in the house.
We look forward to having you again next week.
Yes. Thank you, Meeks, once again for coming on. I look forward to you coming on the show a lot. I do.
It's a pleasure.
I do. I love it when you come on and keep making those videos at 2:00 in the morning.
Okay.
Because when I wake up the next morning, they're there. It's like, yep, Meeks was up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Every night.
Hey, I got a question about your Bible.
Oh yeah.
The ones that you highlight. This is going to sound like a really bizarre question. Do you get nervous when you're writing in your Bible? Like,
that is a good question. You know what? I don't consider it like the same level of. I mean, it's the same book, but I don't.
See, like me, I would never draw in my Bible. I would feel like I was. Is it the word? I don't want to say the word because it might not come out right. Desecrating it? Do you ever feel like you're desecrating your Bible?
I totally know what you mean, but the other people that are covering the changes now. That you almost have to do that because it's not.
Okay, so you don't. You're not like, sorry God, I'm going to write in the Bible again. Sorry God.
No, he knows.
See, I would feel nervous just putting even a line in the Bible. I would feel like it's sacred. Is that weird?
No, that's not weird at all. And I feel that way too a little bit. But you know what? It's not the same book.
It's like, I'm sorry, God, I'll say your prayer. I just highlighted this bad word. I just highlighted this bad word. I'm sorry, I'll say your prayer.
It's making all of us feel so awkward to even cover it because it's just like porn.
Wow.
You know?
So would you say half of your Bible is highlighted?
Oh,
that's a good question.
It's like it looks crazy.
So basically, all you got to do is look for the areas that aren't highlighted and see if there's any changes.
That's right. I'm almost at that point now.
That should narrow it down, right? Look for the unhighlighted ones. You get the joke, right?
True. I mean,
let's see what's still left in there.
I know, not much. Unpaid.
I was joking with you about that, but it makes sense. Yeah. If everything is highlighted and you only got like one line, okay, you can.
Well, it's basically like it's becoming a different book. It's so crazy. It's changing that much.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone's dying, guys.
Okay. Well,
it's going right now. It's giving me the dying. Good night, everyone. Love you all. It's dying. It's right now.
Meigs, get with Vanessa for me, okay? We'll see if we can have her on next week.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I sent her a message. That would be wonderful to have her on.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. All right, guys. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Good night, Seeker.
Good night.